This I have in my hand is the Razer Raiju Tournament Edition Pro Controller. I'm going to run through the features and functions of this controller, the pros and cons to it, and then my final thoughts and personal experience with the controller. Now, this thing has 4 additional remappable buttons. You have 2 up here, 2 at the back. And you have this. Clicky buttons. This is Razer's Mecha Tactile function buttons, right? So it's extra clicky, more like a mouse click or mechanical keyboard. Yeah, it's just clicky. It feels good when you press on it, right? You get a controller, and then you get this braided dongle that Razer has included this to help with the cable management, right? So you don't have to worry that this thing will be flying anywhere or everywhere at home or your comfort zone. You can just store it up, put it somewhere else. You don't need an additional rubber band, or you don't need additional containers to store it. This thing doesn't come with a controller case. Nope. It just doesn't come with a controller case. It's such a nice thing, but it doesn't come with a controller case. Why? Just why? You have nice cables. You have a beautiful controller here. You don't include a case. That's a oof. You know, it's a oof. Like, you got user manual, you got stickers. You don't have a case. Yeah, but you have the 3.5mm headphone jack here as well, and then you have the micro USB here, which it pulls in firmly. If you hook it up to a PS4, it doesn't move. It hooks up firmly, right? You need to pull it out, but gently. You don't want to destroy the stuff inside. So yeah, you don't have to worry that it will come out anytime soon. If you pull it around or accidentally pull it when you just get too agitated, sometimes the cable doesn't come out. So cable doesn't come out, your PS4 might just fly to you. So be careful. All right. The pros to this controller, however, is the convenience. You can do the settings of the rumble vibration through your phone. Razer has a phone app for it, because this is Razer's first Bluetooth and wired Pro controller that has a mobile configuration. So it's your Apple Play Store or Apple App Store or Google Play Store to just download the app and then connect the controller to the phone. You can, remap the buttons. You can do the settings of the sensitivity and the rumble vibration as well. So convenience is definitely there. Kudos to Razer, because you don't have to hook it up to a PC or laptop to, remap the buttons. So it's kind of really not convenient if that's the case, because this controller doesn't have any options for you to change your profiles. So you still need to access the phone app if you want to switch profiles, right? This controller, you can also hook it up to your PC. You can use this controller to play on PC. So you don't need an additional USB connector or adapter to use this thing on PC. Because the stock Sonic controller, you need an additional USB adapter for you to use the controller on PC. So it's kind of a hassle because you need to spend extra buck, right? This thing, you just connect it once or hook it up via USB, you're good to go. You can use it in any game. You can even play Apex PC with this thing. So for you controller users who play PC games, yeah, this is good. This is good. You can also turn on your PS4 with this controller. Because for some Pro controllers out there, you need to manually turn on your PS4. Your PlayStation button just doesn't turn on your PS4, but this thing does. This thing does, right? So it's kind of really a highlight there. You don't need to purposely just walk up to your PS4, turn it on, go back to your seat, and use this thing. You can just do it all through this one. Yeah. This thing's Bluetooth as well. So it's good. But the cons to this controller. The cons to this controller is that the buttons, you might accidentally press them. So for those who, first time users of a Pro controller, you just need to take note that the back buttons, it works. So when you hold it, you have to remember that your middle finger, or it depends on how you hold the controller, will touch these two back buttons. So when you play, you need to remember that your fingers are there. And also the top buttons here, the M1 and M2, so you call it, you might accidentally press your 1 buttons when you try to reach them, because the 1 buttons have somewhat additional structure that comes out here. So when you're reaching for it, you would, might accidentally just press onto it when you're reaching for the M1 and 2s. You have to take note of that, because it happened to me. When I was testing out this controller for the first time, I had some issues where in the midst of a firefight, I accidentally pressed on the 1s, which kind of cost me the game. And I got frustrated. I did, sadly. One more thing. This Pro controller has hair triggers. Alright, so it's shorter distance, travel distance for your L2 and R2. So you do it by these two lock buttons here. When you unlock it, it travels all the way. So you can play racing games without hassle. They have to worry that you can't. You can. But this function is for FPS games. So it's supposed to give you an edge when you play it. Like you can aim and shoot a lot faster than half your lobby, probably. Right? The travel distance is cut by a lot, so you don't have to worry of needing to press all the way just to shoot or aim. Although some games, they give you the functions to set your sensitivity of the L2 and R2s in game, but not all games have it, so this will help a lot. You can slide, jump, aim, shoot all at the same time without leaving the thumbsticks. Yeah. So my personal experience with this thing, as I mentioned, is just the 1 buttons being accidentally pressed on and stuff. So yeah, and also that stick drift. There is stick drift on this thing after long usage, right? Even the stock controller used to have stick drift as well, but this thing, from what I know, it has stick drift. And Razer already has a firmware update onto this controller, but I'm not too sure if it fixes the stick drift. I hope it does, right? So that is something to take note of. Yeah. For first time usage, however, when I first used this controller, it took me a couple of hours to get used to, because I'm not used to back buttons. I've been using a stock controller for quite some time, so using this for the first time, it took me some time to get used to, because now I don't have to leave my thumb off the thumbsticks to do something, which is really convenient. You can own a firefight, especially when you play COD. You don't have to leave your thumb off the thumbsticks. You can just do everything one motion. You don't have to worry about it. Alright. So I guess that wraps it up. It's my kind of a short product review of the Tournament Edition Pro Controller. PS5 is releasing soon, but I don't think there will be back buttons for that controller. It's based on blueprints that it was not visible, but who knows, right? It's gonna be out limited stock when it comes out, so maybe in a year or half a year maybe they might just add it, because they released the back button attachment for a PS4 controller, and it's quite late into the game, because this controller has been out for like a year or two now, Yeah. So Sony came in quite late with the Pro Controller game, but who knows? Who knows? Right? They might surprise us later on with something new, something better. Hopes up, as always. All right. So, yeah. Do comment down below. Let me know how things go. It might not be the best, but we'll try. We'll try. All right. I will try to do some more product reviews, especially on Pro controllers. But no promises. It's not easy to get. Oh, in Malaysia, this one cost about 630 ringgit. So for those of you who live around in Malaysia, a stock controller is about 230, right? So this thing is additional 400, which with additional 400 you get clicky buttons, you get additional remappable buttons, and it's an Xbox layout controller. So I would say it's worth it. If you're really wanting to invest in the Pro controller, then this can be a choice. Yeah. If you like the video, if you find it okay and it's not too awkward, probably, please do comment down below. I'll leave some links in the descriptions on the firmware, the controller. You can get it in Shopee, Lazada, probably Gamers Harda as well. I'll include links down below, so do check them out. See y'all soon.